Stephen Cudeño, Cal Artist Sports, are here with the legendary Robert Garcia. Good to see you, brother.
Thanks, man.
Man, you got a big one. Got a big one. I feel like it's kind of one of the final kings of like the era of those like flyweights, right? With Bam, and you got the new kid on the block who's been tearing through all of them, right? Quadras, Sarang Vasai, and next one on the list is Gallo Estrada. Man, when did you start kind of seeing this fight coming together and start kind of looking at Gallo like, okay, this is what we got to do to beat this guy?
Well, you know what? Since Bam got that call to see if he wanted to move up in weight, 2 divisions to fight Quadras. After we beat Quadras, that those were all the names that right away we brought up. Even including Chocolatito, even though I don't think they'll ever fight because of Mr. Honda, but yeah, once you win a title at 115 and you beat one of the 4, then you got to go after the rest. And Bam went right after that. It was Rungvisai. This month it's going to be Gallo. If everything goes well, I would love it to be against Chocolatito, but I know that it's also something between them and the respect for Mr. Honda that I probably don't see that fight happening, but it would be nice to see something like that.
Yeah, explain that to me. So how did the sparring come about? I'd asked Bam, he said that it basically came from you. Was it your idea to reach out, were you kind of thinking that already, like, oh, maybe Honda doesn't want them to fight each other, maybe let's get some rounds and get some work, and just what was their kind of reception to your call?
Well, you know what, that wasn't my call, my idea. It was Mr. Honda that called me and told me that he wanted to set it up. Chocolatito is also training in Southern California, so we're an hour apart. He's in Coachella, we're in Riverside. It's an hour drive, and Mr. Honda is the one that called saying, you know what, I want to set up this sparring so you guys could help each other. Chocolatito will definitely help Bam. I don't know how much we're gonna help Chocolatito because I don't even think he's fighting a left-hander, but he's just doing it because it's still gonna be good work for Chocolatito. So I got a call from his manager. We set everything up, and he came in last week. We're scheduled to go to their gym this week, and next week they're coming back to our gym. So it'll be 3 or 4 sparring sessions that we're gonna have, and it's awesome, man. I think Virgil posted something where that's probably the best sparring he's ever seen, and it wasn't because they went into a war or they beat each other up. No, it was just so technical, so beautiful, to a point where I didn't have to be yelling out instructions to Bam. Just stayed quiet throughout the whole sparring because it was just something that everybody there just enjoyed. You know what I mean? It was so good. Chocolatito putting the pressure, Bam throwing so many combinations. I think both threw over 100 punches per round because it was that good, but not to a point where they're trying to beat each other up or knock each other out. I think they're both trying to demonstrate something. Bam is the young one. He doesn't want Chocolatito to beat him up, and Chocolatito is the experienced one, so he wants to show this kid a little less. So it was kind of that, but they were not going all out. But it was great sparring.
It seems like one of those sparring where before it happens, everyone kind of realizes the moment of like the magic that's about to happen, like what's actually about. Because you're right, they may never see each other in the ring, so this may be like one of the few only times you got to see that. I feel like that's kind of the aura in the gym.
That's exactly what it was, and even the team, my other assistants, the other boxers in the gym, everybody was excited about that. When I found out about the sparring a few days earlier, everybody was like, damn, everybody was waiting for that day. And like I said, this week we go to their gym, and next week they're gonna come to ours again. So it's just unbelievable, man.
That's awesome, man. It's great that. Like you said, it may never happen because they're both kind of Mr. Honda, but that Bam got the experience. Chocolatito got to kind of test himself against a young guy, which I'm sure gives him confidence going into his fight as well.
100%. And look, and Chocolatito still has a lot left in himself. I'm pretty sure he's looking to get this fight out of the way in Nicaragua and then fight for a title after that. I'm pretty sure. There's Mr. Honda knows how to place the fights and how to do it, and I think they're gonna go after a world title after that.
Man, it's incredible stuff, man. I'm sure everyone's been asking you about video of the sparring. I know you guys didn't record any of it, but I mean, I'm sure that would have been.
We do have videos, but with with the respect for Bam and Gallo and Chocolatito, maybe one day, after Chocolatito's retired, maybe something, where we could ask him, we could put something up. But yeah, I have cameras in my gym, so everything's recorded.
Man, that's so cool, bro. That's so cool. I'm sure you're getting a hell of people wanting to see that stuff. Just going into the Gallo fight, I feel like he's the last one, right, other than Chocolatito, like that Bam hasn't got a crack at yet. Bam mentioned something that Gallo kind of took maybe some credit away from some of Bam's wins against Quadras and Rungvisai. Did you hear that? And does something like that motivate a Bam to man, let me make this guy eat his words?
It's motivating Bam. You know what? I heard it from his coach, his manager. I think his manager saying that. But you know what? It's part of building a fight, selling the fight. Where he's too young. We don't think I think Gallo has mentioned something, but I didn't hear it from Gallo. I heard it from the manager where he said that they're not impressed because the guys we pretty much took his leftovers, stuff like that. But that's just part of boxing. I think Gallo, his team, everybody, they've been great to me. I got nothing negative to say about them. They're great people. He's a very talented fighter. Pound for pound, probably one of the most talented fighters in Mexico right now at the moment. Probably the most talented fighter in Mexico at the moment. I think Gallo is. So I gotta respect him. I gotta respect his team and everything. I don't disrespect them because they've always been great people to me. But when the bell rings, it's gonna be them two inside, and Bam's gonna go do whatever it takes to win, and I'm sure Gallo is gonna try to do the same. So I think it's gonna be one of the best fights of the night, of the year.
Yeah, for sure. You mentioned Gallo's maybe the best talented fighter out of Mexico right now. Obviously, Canelo's there as well. Venado Lopez. There's obviously Mexico has some great fighters right now. But what do you think puts Gallo ahead of, say, like a Canelo Alvarez at this point?
You know what? When it comes to obviously popularity and numbers, I think Canelo is number one. There's nobody else that could even imagine. Pitbull is right behind Canelo because people love Pitbull in Mexico. But when it comes to talent, without counting numbers or popularity, when it comes to talent, I think Gallo is probably the most talented fighter because he boxes really good. He knows how to use his left. He goes to the body beautiful. He counter punches. He uses angles. I think he's a complete fighter. I think if we see Venado, we know his style. Canelo lately, we see his style. I think Gallo has different movements, different combinations, different game plans that we don't know what we're gonna see. He one round to another. I think he's the most complete fighter.